This is a map of the western coast of Africa, created in 1839. Taking a closer look at it, you'll start to notice that something is wrong. Of course, compared with a modern map, a few things have changed, such as the removal of European colonies. For starters, Senegambia was the French-controlled Senegal and the British-controlled Gambia. Upper Guinea is a part of today's Guinea, and Sudan was broken up into a bunch of countries, including modern-day Sudan and Mali. But that's not what's wrong with the map. Look a little closer. Just above the border of Upper Guinea are the mountains of Kong. If this name doesn't sound familiar, then maybe taking a look at another map will help. Dating from 1805, this map by John Carey shows the mountains of Kong marching eastwards from the western coast of Africa and connecting with the eastern mountains of the moon. Except there's a huge problem with this map. Neither of these mountain ranges actually exist. James Reynolds created a map of Africa with the mountains of Kong in 1798, based off the works of Scottish explorer Mungo Park. His map showed the river Niger being obstructed by the mountains and stopping in what is now Burkina Faso, rather than flowing some 2,500 miles before joining the Atlantic Ocean. It's still unclear why Reynolds thought the mountains existed. The whole basis for these mountains was on Mungo Park's expedition, yet he never ventured into the western coast of Africa. The mountains of the moon, on the other hand, were first reported around 50 AD by Diogenes, a Greek trader who claimed to have found the source of the river Nile after traveling inland from the city of Rapta. Diogenes reported that the Nile rose from a range of snowy mountains located near two great lakes. He named the snowy summits the Mountains of the Moon. Today, his Great Lakes are thought to be Lake Victoria and Lake Nyasa, and the Mountains of the Moon are probably the Rwenzori Range on the border between Uganda and the Congo. In the 1800s, Africa was still largely unexplored, which is why there is unknown parts labeled on Carey's map, and why both the Mountains of Kong and the Mountains of the Moon were still believed to exist. No one had properly mapped the area, so maps continued to show them, and through the course of several expeditions, not only did the maps continue to show the mountains, but actually increased their height and length, eventually linking the two mountain ranges together. Despite no one actually seeing this massive continent-spanning mountain range, belief in the mountains of Kong continued for almost a century. Finally, Louis Binguer, a French explorer who spent 2 years from 1887 charting the path of the river Niger, was able to prove that the mountain range simply did not exist. Cartographers quickly took the hint, and both mountain ranges were omitted from maps of the area and of Africa, well, almost. The Mountains of the Moon made an appearance in the 1928 edition of Bartholomew's Oxford Advanced Atlas, although it was only in the index and placed them just south of the town of Korhogo in Côte d'Ivoire. Then again, they made a reappearance in the 1995 edition of Good's World Atlas. Binguer had to quite literally undiscover land that was thought to have been already charted. Many maps back then were just based off of previous works, so once one mistake was created, it spread like wildfire. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks for another video.